Vauxhall GL Type 25 horsepower limousine 1940. For a variety of reasons, discussed in another section of Vauxpedia, the Vauxhall 20 and 27 horsepower by BX and BXL models were not a sales success, and for a company that loudly proclaimed engineering leadership, they did not really cut the mustard, although to be fair they did offer a lot of motor car for the money compared to rivals. However, Vauxhall were undaunted and started making plans for a new aspirational, top-of-the-range model, that would be completely designed and engineered to appeal to British and European taste as perceived by Vauxhall's own product planners. The new car would also mark the end of an era for Vauxhall in several ways. It would be the last Luton production car to use a separate chassis, apart from some J, L and E series variations locally assembled by Holden in Australia, the last truly large car built by the company for many years, and the final model to offer a variety of coach-built bodywork, which in turn would have an adverse impact on companies like Grosvenor, for whom Vauxhall accounted for a large part of their business. It was also the first car on which David Jones was involved with the exterior styling from initial conception, although it would be another 2 years before he would oversee Vauxhall's design department. Jones had joined Vauxhall in January 1934 from the Royal College of Arts to earn enough money for a family holiday in France. After spending 18 months on secondment to the GM design studios in Detroit working under Harley Earl, he came back to Vauxhall at Luton and ended up becoming the longest serving head of an automotive design department of any motor manufacturer in history, a record that still stands to this day. The engineering work on the GGL models started with the chassis design early in 1935 and, as with the BX and BXL cars, it would be available as a standard 111 inches and 130 inches long wheelbase options. Despite being the same dimensions previously used, the chassis was completely new and was of deep-skirted cruciform construction with 5X bracings compared to the more normal ladder. The reason for keeping the same size choice was in order for Vauxhall's regular outside coach builders to use their existing bodies with a minimum of alteration. The new chassis featured two major advances for Vauxhall. The first was a return to hydraulic brakes. Vauxhall were among the first British manufacturers to fit hydraulics instead of cables, but the results were less than successful and the company had reverted to rudimentary cable operation, which, if nothing else, was at least proven to be reliable in service. However, in the intervening years, companies such as Lockheed had refined the technicalities of hydraulic brake systems to the point where Vauxhall were persuaded that the advantages were worth the risk, but to minimize those risks they chose to use an advanced dual-circuit system, which also helped to appease the detractors within Vauxhall, like the head of commercial vehicle engineering, Stepney Akers. The Lockheed system fitted to the GGL cars split the drum braking into a front and a rear operation with a cable-operated handbrake working on the rear drums only. The drums themselves were made from chromium iron.